From floating pet tridents to the mythical green axolotl, here are 51 Minecraft facts your friends didn't show you. Axolotls are amazing, but can you trust them? A secret message was found in Minecraft's release notes saying, the axolotls are not what they seem. One can only imagine what sinister secrets those adorable axolotls are hiding. Finding a large diamond vein is great. What's even crazier is a maximum diamond vein. It's a whopping 48 diamonds. This only happens when the max diamond vein in a chunk connects to 4 other chunks at the same time. Unlike regular skeletons, nether skeletons don't have bows. But if they did, the bow would shoot fire, and there's already plenty of that in the nether already. Talking about mobs, there's tons in Minecraft. But did you know this mob was actually changed into an item? That mob is the humble sign. Yes, originally it was classed as a mob, which could only be spawned by pressing B, and only had a pre-written message on it. Don't try to raid a baby strider! As even if you use a command to tame a baby strider and have a saddle on it, the moment you ride it into lava, you'll catch on fire! The baby is just too small to protect you from it. Did you know that Steve wasn't always called Steve? He actually didn't have a name at first, and they had to scramble to come up with one when they agreed to have him show up in the indie game Super Meat Boy. This special secret about iron could save your home, because it turns out an iron chain has the same resistance against explosions as a full iron block, despite being made with way less materials. Put them in your walls and you've got a fortress. The villagers are hiding a secret. They're actually super fast. Don't believe me? Well, it only happens during nightfall when they're under attack. Their top speed is actually faster than a player sprinting. I didn't know Usain Bolt was white. Mojang put a secret that's hiding in plain sight. See? This end crystal actually has a secret message written on it. It's the word Mojang. It's a fact that game updates can reverse soul changes, but in early Minecraft development, this happened a lot. At one point, they stopped leaves disappearing when the trees were cut down, then changed it back to disappear, then stopped it again, and then again changed it to disappear. A cool secret your friends won't know is that while witches can fight each other, they might never win. Their healing potion is more than their damage, so you can put them in a glass box and set them up as a permanent display. In the 1.6 update of Minecraft, they added horses, and it turns out this was brought in from an unofficial fan mod. Mojang saw Dr. Zark's Mo Creatures mod, and even copied the horse model itself. Wandering traders look great, but what your friends don't know is that you can breed their llamas, and the babies will keep the clothes of their parents. It's a weird little detail, but you can make a whole army of fashionable llama. Mojang love making secret references to other games, such as when an evoker sees a blue sheep. The evoker casts a unique spell, makes a weird wololo sound, and turns a sheep red. It's a reference to Age of Empires, where monks would convert enemies to their side, chanting wololo and changing their color. A fish out of water bounces and flops, but you can actually get them jumping way higher. On a slime block, they'll gain height, sometimes up to 17 blocks high. The world-famous creeper is the face of Minecraft, but they actually have a secret past. They weren't designed. They were an accident! Like my birth. The developers were trying to make pigs, but instead of making them long, they made them extra tall. This created the frightening creature we know today. Did you know that spiders never touch the ground? That's because of how the model is made. Even though it's on the floor, the legs never actually reach the block below it. A secret, dirty little trick you can do is build an end portal above your friend's bed. So when they respawn, they'll instantly teleport to the end and will have to live there until the bed or the portal is broken. The blue axolotl is the rarest version of that mob in Minecraft, but the announcement for Caves and Cliffs Part 1 shows off the green axolotl. This was an early version of the axolotl that never made it into the release game, making it even rarer than the blue one. The heart of the sea is this blue orb, but it holds a secret. When fully activated as a conduit, the heart opens, showing a staring orange eye. This ancient fact is from even before Minecraft was made. It turns out the original apple sprite in Minecraft is from a previous game made by Notch, called Legend of the Chambered. Don't be so hasty with enchantments. Some have hidden properties, like quick charge. At level 6 and above, crossbows with this enchantment stops the reload animation at the first frame, which is before the crossbow is loaded, and so won't load at all. Here's a trick that will freak your friends out. Carpet can actually be placed on any non-air block, even lava. It's tricky and dangerous, but you can walk on lava like it's nothing. It's easiest with moss carpet, as that doesn't burn. The light of a beacon looks great from close or far. The cool secret aspect is how it reacts to stained glass. Each glass put in the way of the beam changes the color, making billions of possible shades. Here's a fact you might not know. The Illusioner can't handle boats. They get so confused that when shooting their bows, the arrows go backwards. In the original trailer for Minecraft, way back in 2011, this mysterious other variant of Steve was present. He's not available as a choice in the launcher, so this is the only example of him that exists. The end wasn't always where it is now. During early developments, the end was supposed to be a sky dimension. Secretly, they saw the sky dimension as heaven, and the nether as hell. This spooky fact runs a chill down my spine, because if you play the music discs 5, 11, and 13, after 5, 11, and 13 seconds, they combine to play the sounds of a survivor's terrifying story. This cool trick let you explode TNT underwater. If you put a sand block on top and then ignite the TNT, the block will fall into it, making sure the water doesn't stop the explosion. Use this crazy secret to spook your friends. There is no limit to the amount of bats that can hang from one block. For other animals, the game stops this from happening, but you can pack the bats in as much as you want. Stick them in the walls and watch your friends unleash them all by accident. Creatures from the nether hate the water, except for the magma cubes. They can swim just fine in it without getting hurt. Worried about invisible players? Well, this little fact might save you, because enchanting tables will react to you even if you're invisible. Llamas are amazing, and even more so when they hit the water. Unlike pigs or horses, llama actually float on top of the water like a boat when you ride them. Pillagers are a team, and even the Ravagers share traits with them, as the first and third Ravager hurt sounds are actually the Pillager hurt sound, pitched to sound much lower. This secret TNT technique can save your life. If you place TNT on a slab, the explosion damages much fewer blocks around it, making it much less scary to handle. You could even have TNT decorate your home, if you're brave. Fishing yanks fish out of the water at speed, but it's actually not an automatic animation. The fish are actually flying through the air, and if you step aside, they'll zip right past you. Use this secret to launch fish at your friends, slapping them in the face at high speed. Speaking of speed, normal slimes are slow, but this slime will catch you. Slime speed is based on slime size, so size 8 and above goes faster than even a player sprinting. Want a chair you can actually sit in? Try this secret technique by guiding a llama to your house, disguising it as a chair, and turning the llama invisible. All that will be left will be the carpet, which looks great as a cushion. Here's a fun fact that also happens in real life. In the game, axolotls will not follow you unless you have a live fish in a bucket. If the fish is just dead in your hand, they won't care. This is because real axolotls only eat live fish, and the developers wanted to show that in the game. Squid can survive out of water for about 15 seconds before it runs out of oxygen. But there's a secret fact here. The fact that the squid has a special change to its animation, slowing down as the oxygen runs out. Setting the survival mode to peaceful difficulty will not save you. The fact is, there's one mob that can still attack you in peaceful mode, and that's the llama and its angry spit attack. So don't get on their bad side. You can fly with a rocket and elytra, but the fact is, the best way to fly is to shoot yourself with a slow fall arrow. If you do that, then launch off with a Riptide Trident, you'll reach the top of the world before the slow fall runs out. Then at this insane height, launch your elytra and fly for miles. Baby foxes can't swim, or at least they can for a little bit, but the fact is they're so small that they can't keep their head above water to breathe. Did you know you can create your own skulk biome with this secret technique? The skulk block reacts and spreads when mobs die nearby, so you could make a mob spawner lead onto a skulk catalyst. With every death, the skulk biome will spread with no limit! One fun fact is that you used to be able to feed parrots cookies to tame them. This got changed, and now the cookies will kill the parrot. The reason for this deadly change is that feeding cookies to a parrot in real life is very dangerous, and they didn't want people killing off their real pet birds by accident. It's a fact that golems are the village's loyal protector, but it's actually possible to witness a golem go on a rampage. Villagers celebrate by launching fireworks, but if they're not safe and a golem gets hit by a firework, it will see the villagers as enemies and wipe them all out. Did you know that if you enchant a trident with loyalty, it will follow you around until it gets into your inventory? Well, what happens when your inventory is full? It actually follows you around like a pet bird. A fact that's obvious, but most people never notice is that endstone is actually an inversion and recolor of cobblestone. It's honestly poetic, where the stone at the end is no different to the stone at the beginning.